Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's Daily Recap is for Monday, January the 16th, 2022. Monday, January the 16th. Well, we have Daniel and Lily left from the park, I guess it was Friday. Now they're at Crimson Lights getting some tea to warm them up or coffee to warm them up. And Lily's still looking a little bummed, and so they're getting their coffee, and then all of a sudden we have, oops, that's the wrong one, folks. There we go. We have Billy and Chelsea walking in from the outer door, and they catch a glimpse of Lily and Daniel across the coffee house there, stirring their little creamer and stuff in. And Billy's just looking at Daniel like, what are you doing with Lily? And so Lily kind of turns and she sees Billy and Chelsea walk in. And Lily's looking like, of course, this is what I would see. I should have known, coming here. This is just, I'm going to have to just get used to seeing this picture every time I come. Billy's coming down with Chelsea, right? So Chelsea's like, oh, Daniel. And she's talking to Daniel. I didn't know she even knew Daniel that well. So, I guess I would have to think back as to, did she? I don't think so, right? So they had small talk, and Chelsea's trying to keep it light. Billy went and got their tea, and brought it back. And so Daniel made some statement. She goes, oh, I hear you're working on an exciting product. You a gaming platform. And he goes, yeah. And Billy said something kind of smirkish about, yeah, well, must be easy, because almost like I never see you working. Something to that effect of, must be easy or something. And Daniel just looked up at him, and Lily looked at him. Nobody addressed it at all. Just like Billy really hadn't even said it. And Chelsea brought up another topic, and Daniel's talking to her, because Chelsea and Daniel were doing the superficial, trying to not draw attention on Lily and Billy's just, oh my God, elephant in the room between the two of them, right? So then Chelsea goes, well, you know what? Thank you, Billy, for my tea. I'm going to get going, everybody. And she leaves. And so Lily is just looking. She didn't even say goodbye. Lily never uttered a word to anyone the whole time. She's just sitting there. And so after Chelsea leaves, Lily is looking at Billy. Daniel's looking at Billy like, so Billy goes, I'm going to take off. And Lily just looks at him. And he walks off. And I thought, okay, well, y'all need to be moving out. Somebody needs to be moving out. Who's going to keep the place? Who's going to keep the place? I would say Billy, but can he afford it? Billy's an abbot. He does have money. Now that place has rooms. Katie and Johnny have rooms at that place, even though, guess what? Does Billy even have them anymore? Lily could easily move herself to the Grand Phoenix, because she actually does not need all that space that place has, because bottom line, Maddie and Charlie never come to visit. She always goes to either New York or California, so I would say Lily should be the one to move out. But let's see. We'll see how they decide who moves where, who does what, right? So then we've got Diane and Stark. And oh, he wants to know her plan. And she's so smirkly saying this, that, and the other. And oh, the heist is this. And oh, I'm on my way to Chicago. And at one point he wanted to go. And she's like, no, bottom line, you can't micromanage. And my whole thing is, why would I let you go? Why would you jeopardize whatever my operation is going to be? Yeah, like she said, no, you're an unknown, a whole variable that don't need to be put in that picture. I will bring the product to you like discussed, and I've got to get going. And so he's like, ooh, let's take this up to the room, ooh, yeah. And she's like, look, time is of the essence. I have to deliver a product to you tomorrow. So I've got to get going, right? So he's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, Diane. Part of him still doesn't believe her, but okay, Diane. So Diane goes over to the Abbott house and she walks in the front door, and Summer and Kyle are talking, right? And the way she comes in, she's looking behind her at the door and shutting the door. And Summer's like, wait, uh, is somebody following you? And so she goes, no. She goes, no, the way you came in here and the way you were looking behind you and out the door, as if you didn't know if somebody was following you. There's an off chance somebody could be following you. She said, Diane, why are you even here? It's dangerous for you to be here like this. Nobody followed me. I have everything under control. And Summer's looking at Kyle, and Kyle's just standing there. He's not saying too much because he knew he was kind of in the doghouse with Summer before Diane got there, because he told Summer that Victor sat down with him that afternoon and wants him to frame Adam so that Adam could get fired from Jabot and he'll have to go back and work for Newman. First of all, Adam doesn't have to go back and work anywhere. See, that's the main thing about Victor, that I can't stand him. He will ruin a child's reputation. He will ruin anything for his children just so that he wants them to come back and beg him for a job. Adam would never do that. He would not beg him for nothing. Adam will never go back and work for Victoria. But Victor still, Kyle, let's work together. I know you don't want him there as much as I don't. So Kyle's like, I don't think that he really he doesn't have bad intentions in mind for Adam. Summer's like, no, that's sabotage. You're trying to, Adam is doing a good job, but my grandfather wants you to be the one caught in the middle doing this sabotage. Don't fall for it, Kyle. Do not do that. And so he's just looking at her like, I didn't tell him. No, she's just looking at him like, I can't believe you. Because see, for one thing, everybody, why? Kyle is CEO of Marquetti. He doesn't even work with Adam. Why? So Summer, if she has anything to do with it, Kyle's not going to get involved. But we all know Kyle will go behind Summer's back and keep stuff from her any old time, right? So then Jack comes rushing in. And Dad's like, Jack, you're back. And Kyle's like, oh, Dad, how'd it go? He goes, I was a little, and Summer's standing right there. Oh, I was a little touch and go, a little tricky right there. But no, everything worked out. I got it. So he opens this jewelry bag and he slips out this diamond necklace. Gorgeous, right? He goes, I got it. And Summer looks at it. She goes, wait. I know that necklace. That's my grandmother's prized possession. My grandfather gave her that piece and she loves it. And so she goes, now, I know my grandmother, and no, Jack goes, we're just borrowing it. It's just being borrowed, Summer. She goes, I know my grandmother would never lend you that piece to help Diane. She would never do it. So you went in, Jack, what, you stole it? Well, I mean, kind of, yeah. He goes, I mean, I still knew the security code, and I knew the combination to the safe where Nikki kept this from the time when she and I were together. You realize how stupid that sounds? When Jack and Nikki were together, Nicholas was a little boy. When did Jack and Nikki spend time there? When? And Nikki didn't have nowhere near that kind of jewelry then. That whole they want everybody to forget the past. They really do. Because Jack would nowhere have even access to that or know about that. He really wouldn't. And so he goes, but no, we're just borrowing it. You know, this is just to get Stark out of town. And she goes, Kyle, and she looked at him. She goes, you deliberately kept this from me? And he turned and he looked at her. Well, yeah, because I didn't want you to have to worry about anything. And she goes, oh, no, no. She goes, you knew I would not go along with this. That's grand larceny. She goes, you are getting, you trying to help your mother. This is not just about you and your mother. This affects all of us. All of us. She says, I am not going along with this. And Kyle, you should not be going along with this either, because this is going to end badly. What if you cannot get my grandmother's necklace back? And so he goes, well, that's not going to happen. So, and I'm thinking, how would you all know what's not going to happen? Tell me that. It takes a thief. Jack feels like he could just smooth it over when he knows Victor Newman hates him. And Victor Newman would have Jack prosecuted with the fullest extent that Michael Baldwin could bring to Jack for going into one of my properties and stealing from my wife. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is going to turn so sour. And I can't wait, everybody. I can't wait to see how bad. And Diane, when Summer went out, she goes, I don't want to be in this room anymore. So she walks out and Kyle looks at Jack and Diane. He goes, I'll take care of Summer. I'll take care. And I'm thinking, oh really? Just said you'll take care of Summer. Okay. So then Diane says, this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. I don't want any riff in the, and I thought, are you kidding me, chick? You said the same thing about Ashley. Oh, this is what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want to come between you and your sister. No, it's exactly what you want to happen. You love all of this chaos. It has been nothing but chaos, right? But this chaos is about to get worse because Jack says, oh no, don't worry about it. Kyle will take care of Summer. Summer better channel, conjure up, remember, give birth to her Newman killer instinct and her Summers. Because isn't it funny? Phyllis names her daughter her last name because it's Phyllis Summers, right? She better channel her inner Summers from her mother. And she needs to come out. I would pretend everything's okay and I would go and tell my grandmother. I sure would. Because gosh darn it, I love that woman. And she loves me. And my grandparents have been nothing but good to me. Now that I know, y'all gonna wish I didn't know. Because I'm getting ready to mop up, clean the slate now. We shall see what's gonna happen with that. But then we have minor conversations with Adam talking to Victor, trying to get out of him what he and Kyle were plotting. And of course, Victor was Victor, telling him, you don't know nothing about family. Me and Kyle were just talking family talk that has nothing to do with you, nothing, you shut up, you don't know. And he goes, no, I know you're up to something. I know. And I'm aware. See, now Adam's going to be looking. He's going to be looking. And now that he's seen Kyle and Victor putting their heads together, he's going to be careful on the job. And as he needs to be. And we also have Tucker text Devon, can he come see him? Just give me 10 minutes. And he was talking to Abby, and he was telling Abby how he's taking that company back. Good. I'm happy Devon is still sticking to that. He goes, I'm taking it back. I'm going to separate the company. And so Tucker, he goes, speak of the devil, it's Tucker. And so Abby's like, Devon, I think you should talk to him. And he goes, wasn't expecting to hear that from you. She goes, Tucker doesn't give up. He's gonna be relentless. So just get him over here and let him say his piece. And so Devon texts him, you got 5. Because he goes, give me just 10 minutes. Devon says, you got 5. So Tucker comes over, Abby's leaving, and he's talking about, oh, Devon, I just had a dream. The dream you had of working with your family, that's the dream I had. Me working side by side with my son. And then me also Ashley, working with Ashley. That's just a dream come true. And Devon has said, but look at how you go about doing things, Tucker. Look, you only can use deceit. You use underhanded tactics. You don't tell the truth. You don't come at people honestly. And you only think about what you want, Tucker. He's like, did you ever ask me, did I want to do this? What were my thoughts? He goes, you decided my life for me, just like you decided Ashley's life for her. And how well, I'm willing to bet that didn't go well, did it? Didn't go well. I know it didn't. And it's not going well with me either. He goes, I'm going to tell you something, Tucker. The best thing you can do, the best thing is leave town. Just leave. Because right now, he said, I don't even want to deal with you. I don't want to, and I'm not going to. So Tucker's, but Devon, look, he was like, but all I really want, and he's looking down, and Devon is like, you're not hearing me. Look at me. Look at me. I was like, oh, go ahead. He's like, look at me. This is what I mean, and this is what I'm saying. And Tucker kind of looked up at him like, oh. Oh my God. Now this is just gonna, look at my camera. This is just gonna make Tucker more dangerous. Watch. We already know the character of Tucker is never in Genoa City for long. So the time is coming to an end, especially since Ashley is gone now. I do believe he will try to do some kind of damage. Let's see. Because we still haven't been able to see that part of Tucker yet, is the damage. Let's get some damage done, right? He didn't have an opportunity to do that. So then we get Jack. Diane is like, Jack, I just love the way you take charge. And I just love the way you've stepped in to protect me. And he's like, Diane, I find what do you say? I find you have courage. And it's that courage that you have that is just, I've seen another side of you. Not only are you attractive and you've got the beauty and you've got the wit and the charm, but your courage to get this job done, I find so attracting. Now, all of those gosh darn qualities he just named, you could have been talking about Phyllis, right? They were Phyllis's qualities. You just forgot to add with Diane, you're a masterful liar. You can spin a story like nobody else. And you are not afraid to look a person straight in the eye and just lie. I find that so doggone attractive. Because that's what she does. But he's so attracted by that. Oh, and they get this passionate kiss. And I thought she was just kissing on Stark too. Yeah, Jack. Jack is going to get exactly what he deserves. He and Kyle, they are getting ready to get what they both deserve. And it's all because of Diane. And Diane will slink herself right out of town so fast. when everything hits the fan. So let's go to Comic Corner, Comic Corner. Sherry says, I thought when Lily got out of jail, she had a calling to help rehab prisoners. Yep, that's what she was doing. She started a business doing that, and it was close to the prison. But Jill was the one that called her to come to town because she wanted to offer Lily the chance opportunity with Billy. And then Anita says, I don't understand why no one calls before stopping by someone's house or hotel room. Very strange. Audra and Nate, this is getting good. Let's see who does what to who first. Ha ha, exactly. That's going to be snake versus snake. Whoa, wow. It says Diane is enjoying pretending to outsmart Jeremy. No kidding, Kyle, duh. Yeah, she is enjoying the whole thing. And she's enjoying that she's able to show her true self, but tell them this is not me. But this is what I'm pretending to be, and that's so her. And she's laughing behind everybody's back. And Libby says Victoria is going to have her hands full with those two sneaks. I think you meant snakes. But anyway, couldn't happen to a more deserving person. Yes. You know, here, Victor's trying to control things so much. You notice he hasn't come in to see Nate yet? Look, and now he needs to see this Audra Charles person because he already knows. He had Michael investigate her and Tucker. Let's see what Victor's going to have to say. And then Annette says Jeremy should have kidnapped Jack in the beginning and got what he wanted. What if he is Kyle's real father, or he and Diane gave Sheila on B&B, gave it to what on B&B, so Finn is their child? No, there is no slipperoo. When Diane came back to town claiming that Kyle was Victor's child, because remember, Diane stole Victor's sperm. But Nikki had already replaced that sperm with Jack's sperm. So Diane got the wrong sperm. Fortunately, Ashley did get to steal the sperm before it was switched, which is how she had herself impregnated with Abby. Otherwise, oops, Ashley would have impregnated herself with her brother's sperm. That could have been horrible, right? But guess what? When you out stealing people's sperm, you never know what you're going to get, right? The way that goes. So anyway, that is Comic Corner, Comic Corner. This is my daily recap of The Young and the Restless, and I will be back tomorrow for tomorrow's daily recap.